A very good morning to everyone, people who have assembled here at IIT Bombay, and also for the audience who have joined from colleges across India. A very happy National Education Day to all of you. Today, from IIT Bombay, there are multiple events happening commemorating the birth anniversary of Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. And here from the FOSSEE project, we have a series of activities planned for today. First, we will start with the introduction of FOSSEE, followed by the opportunities which are available in open source hardware division of the FOSSEE project, which the students across India can make use of. Following that, we will have the result declaration ceremony of the National Open Hardware Geospatial Hackathon, which started long ago, but fortunately, we are happy that Mr. Rajesh Kushalkar and team has come up with the results to be declared today. So this will happen in successive events, and in the afternoon session, probably we will have the National Geospatial Awards, the special event, because on September 15th, which is National Engineers Day, we had the main awarding ceremony happening here at IIT Bombay at the Victor Menzies Convention Center. And some of the prime institutions had requested that they would like to receive the award here at IIT Bombay. So we have a very special session scheduled for today, post which we will have a brief introduction about the geospatial activities of the FOSSEE project. And after the introduction of the geospatial activities, we will have a major announcement, a big surprise for colleges from the geospatial team of FOSSEE coming up. And the next and final session will be, we have a very niche offering to be introduced to the colleges across India. It is not only for engineering, arts and science, management related institutions, but also we are happy to say that the FOSSEE project is venturing into the medical college arena, the medical domain. So we will be launching the medical GIS activity for from the FOSSEE project, which will happen from the year 2025. So we have special guests coming all the way from Chennai, joining us today for this event. So moreover, today will be a power-packed event, and we expect a lot of support from colleges, as you always do. And in fact, FOSSEE has always been receiving very good support from students, faculty, and institutions across India. So without taking much of your time, with a great sense of gratitude, we welcome all of you for the event today. And as a special mention, our principal investigator, Professor Kannan Moudgalya, is not here today. He has gone for some other very significant activity at Vadodara in Gujarat. So his wishes are also there for today's event. So in a nutshell, FOSSEE stands for Free and Open Source Software for Education. This activity is funded by the National Mission on Education through ICT, Ministry of Education, Government of India. The project was started in the year 2009. There are various teams associated with FOSSEE, and we are more happy to convey that all activities put together, we have around 5,000 colleges connected and more than 125 state affiliating universities associated with all of our initiatives. So I'll conclude my welcome speech now. First, we will have Mr. Rajesh Kushalkar, who has more than 25 years of experience at IIT Bombay, handling various open source hardware initiatives. And there are a lot of things we have to say. And probably after Mr. Rajesh Kushalkar, he will be presenting the open source hardware initiatives of FOSSEE. We will have a short description about Spoken Tutorial. Our senior manager, Mrs. Nirmala, is here. So she will just touch upon the initiatives that we have from the Spoken Tutorial project for a few minutes. And then we have our senior manager, Mrs. Payal Mukherjee. She is heading the OpenFOAM division, the Computational Fluid Dynamics division of the FOSSEE project. So there are a lot of things to offer, and as always, we request your support. And we request for your support for the activities which we are planning for the next year. Yeah. So once again, thank you for joining in this National Education Day activity. Now we welcome Mr. Rajesh Kushalkar to take over.
Good morning all. So I'm Rajesh Kushalkar. I'm representing the open source hardware division of FOSSEE project. So I'll just, for a brief, I'll just hand over the mic to Ms. Payal. She'll talk in depth about the FOSSEE project, what are the various activities that we do in FOSSEE projects, and after that I'll do my presentation on open source hardware here. Thank you.
A very good morning from IIT Bombay. I am Payal Mukherjee. I am a project manager at FOSSEE, and today I'll just briefly talk about the activities of FOSSEE and what we have to offer for the students as well as the faculty members. I'll just show you the FOSSEE website. So as you can see, it is FOSSEE.in, FOSSEE.in. The word FOSSEE stands for Free and Open Source Software for Education. So earlier it was only for the engineering education, hence the double E. Now it is for all the streams of education. And the primary activity of FOSSEE is to train the students on the hands-on part of the software. Because the theory part, they always, the colleges and the educational institutes are always there to support the students on the theory part, and they also, give them the hands-on training as well. But FOSSEE is always it emphasizes on the implementation part, like the usage part. We always want the students to learn the software and execute something and produce some output. Okay, so we offer all these software, Scilab, Python, eSIM. Okay, eSIM is for electronics, DWSIM, OSDAG is for steel industry and steel structures. Okay, and Scilab and Python is for engineering students. All the students use it. Python even it is very popular in the academics as well as in the corporate sector. OpenFOAM is for the computational fluid dynamics, CFD part. FLOSS, Arduino and OpenPLC they are the hardware. And all the other software, as you can see, R is for statistical analysis and Focal is for animation, 2D, 3D animation software. So as you can see, FOSSEE caters for all the educational streams, not only for the engineering section. Okay, and as I was talking about the output part, I'll just take you to the OpenFOAM section of FOSSEE, and I'll just browse you through this output part. Okay, so as you can see, the case study part. So case studies are, the learners, they take up problems in CFD and they solve the problems using OpenFOAM. So OpenFOAM is a free and open source software. The students, they learn OpenFOAM and they use OpenFOAM to solve the problems that are in CFD. Let me show you the list of the completed case studies. There's a long list of 166 plus. There are some more, okay, I'll take this. Okay, hello, better, okay. So there are a list of 166 solved case studies, and these case studies are not solved by any faculty members. These are all solved by the students. And you can see the institutes as well. There are Anna University, Jawaharlal Nehru Technical University. So outside IIT Bombay, we reach out to every nook and corner of the country, because FOSSEE works for the National Mission on Education through ICT. Okay, and our mission is to reach out to each and every corner of the country and train the students. Okay, and as you can see in this website, we have these faculty partner sections. So we have some faculty members who are a part of our team, and they also support the FOSSEE team to make the students learn the software and produce the output. So similarly, this is for the CFD OpenFOAM category. For Scilab, for eSIM, for DWSIM, for Scilab, we have textbook companion as well. So once you browse through this FOSSEE.in, and if you browse through all the tiles which is mentioned over here, just a second. Yeah, so you can see all the outputs that the students have generated. Okay, so, and we are always there. You can contact us. You can see, you can write to us at info@fossee.in. Okay, And so all the best for this event today. And I hope this National Education Day is a grand success. Okay, thanks a lot. So over to my colleague, Mr. Rajesh Kushalkar. Thank you.
So good morning all. So today's talk is, I'm going to just make it hackathons as a change makers. So as I've already introduced, I'm Rajesh Kushalkar. So you all students are the bright minds of India and the technology solvers. So why we are trying to do hackathons with you? Because there are a lot of local challenges, because the colleges what we are getting here registered for the hackathon are not only from the metros, but they are from the tier 2, tier 3 cities also. And there are a lot of local problems which they have to identify and try to see how IoT can help them to make the changes. So over 70% of the Indian population still resides in rural area. So how IoT can improve their quality of life? So as you can see, 70%, it's a very huge population. So maximum people are from the agriculture background. So I just met one person, Ajay, who has used a low-cost IoT device for his farm. So whatever was the traditional way, so he was not getting the good yield from the field, from his farm basically. So he, as an entrepreneur, and he tried to introduce IoT for his farm. And what are the advantage what he got it from this farm? So what do you think? What are the advantage what Ajay must have gained from his farm by implementing IoT? So it is more of a resource efficiency. See, it is optimizing water. Many times it happens that the pump is on. Yeah, the pump is on. There is a lot of excess water goes in. Fertilizer, spraying of the fertilizer, use of energy. So then tracking the soil moisturizer or the minerals levels and all this thing, whether we require to put in the fertilizer or the whatever the content of the soil or health is there, it is sufficient. So unnecessary lot of fertilizers and all this thing goes in the soil, which is really very harmful for the soil also. Then cost reduction is a major thing what is there. So he has also seen a significant drop in labor cost what he used to exceeds previously. Boost the yield through precise automation. So what do you mean by precise automation? Means this is the time, this is the temperature, whatever is getting the rainfall is good. So what kind of crops we are is going to grow, and data-driven decision is enables for him which crop he has to grow, because with the data-driven driven decisions is basically I have for example I'm just taking, there's a lot of wheat has been produced across India. So it has been stacked for last, and it is available for another 3 years or 4 years for the country. So what's the use? So there are some deficiencies like some pulses or some other rice or any other things that has an advantage where they see it's at very low thing and it is required, so he can plants for that particular harvest and all this stuff. So it's not only agriculture, so IoT has got a lot of vast potential in solving the problem. So first was agriculture, that has been already talked about. So there are a lot of things which are interlinked in IoT. So like agriculture is there, then you have got supply chain which comes in another part is there. As I have told, precision agriculture is there, livestock management is also there, through which the national data where it is available, and most of the district collectors generally they give information that this year we have to grow this particular crop. This is the more sufficient we already have in stock, but this time the government releases that we have to grow certain crops and all this thing. So this kind of livestock management which is available through the government data also, and supply tracking like vegetables and all this thing, or fruits which are coming from the long distance. So whether they are properly in a temperature control, because while transport major of the thing gets affected, and how the temperature is maintained and the quality of the fruits or any dairy product or whatever is been the farmer is producing is available. The supply chain is also managed through that. So apart from agriculture, we have the healthcare also. So healthcare is basically very niche, but also a growing, or remote patient monitoring, where the variables are given patients and it can be tracked online. Like we have the variables like a smartwatch. It detects your pulse rate, your blood pressure, and also some of the variables. It also detects your glucose level also. So these are directly connected to the internet, and the data has been given. So many of the chronic diseases help. So right now, here I have just given an India map which shows our COVID days. So how the COVID was mapped on the India. So dark red represents that was more than 1 million of the patients were observed in India, and some of the other parts, as you can see, it is colored. So how the health data is also mapped on India, mapped using the GIS is also very, very important. Now, other major factor what India is looking is the environmental monitor. So you have during this time it's a very bad air quality index what you or generally observe in India, especially in the metro cities and north part of India. So this particular map of India also shows the PM 2.5 average, which is there across the India. So rest of the India it is okay, huh? So but major part on the north area, as you can see, it is red, orange, and all this thing. So which has got a very bad air quality out there during this time. Then other environmental is tracking the wildlife, and then also this monitoring for landslides is there, and wildlife tracking is there, wildfires are there. So it comes in the disaster management, but I'm just talking what are the different environmental monitors that can be done. So if we have a automatic weather station connected, small weather stations which generally students make as a project, which can be implemented with a GIS mapping to their places. So you can have transmit this kind of data to the open platform, IoT platform, and from there the data can be taken and mapped with the actual data which is there. And the IoT has got a major role which is coming is the smart cities. So what are the different challenges that the smart cities are facing is traffic, then waste management, and I'm saying there is a good response during this hackathon. We have seen more than 1,500 students have registered for it, and we got a very good response for students submitting their projects, and almost more than 85% of the people have submitted for the waste management only. But since, as I've told, the tier 2 and tier 3 cities, they have got a different altogether things what they could have focused on during this hackathon, and how you can use IoT for this particular activities. So waste management is a very basic important thing majorly for the metro cities and tier 1 cities. Energy efficiency, of course, the street lights which are continuously on during the daytimes also, and how the energy efficiency can be more efficiently used in the smart city, in the cities. And this is a very common thing for the home automations and security nowadays, which is available for, this is more the IoT application for the personal uses. So it has a lot of thermostat exchange, home security is there, and any elderly person is there for his continuous watch and all this thing. So home automation and security is more on a personal based of IoT application it is there. So as I was talking, transportation and logistic, which is very useful for the fleet management. So suppose something shipment is coming from outside India and it is coming through ship or seaways. So how the shipment is coming, for each and everything tracking is available for through GPS. The supply chain management is also taken care, as I previously told in the agriculture part. Suppose a farmer is transporting a milk from point A to point B. So whether the temperature and humidity is properly maintained throughout that, his journey. Because if temperature and this thing is not maintained properly, then things may got spoiled also. Same thing is there for your fruits and vegetables also. Yeah. And IoT sensor can monitor. Nowadays, a lot of latest cars which are coming and vehicles which are already fitted with all the predictive maintenance things. How you are driving your vehicle, what are the different wear and tear of the parts are going on. So it totally depends on, and today's general vehicles comes with a lot of IoT sensors in it. So one more industrial automation is one more thing, again same productive maintenance in manufacturing, quality control using IoT, and inventory management. I'll take you, so another thing is energy management. So there are smart grids, smart metering, renewable energy monitoring. So this map generally shows what are the different ways the electricity is generated across India. There are a lot of places where it is nuclear power plants, some of the thermal point where there are thermal, or where it is used coal as an fuel for using this part. So how the electricity is generated, this is a general energy map which is there. So smart grid in today's thing, now a lot of places these solar panels are used. Now these solar panels are having a capacity, it can store energy plus it can give energy to the grid also. So I require some X amount of kilowatt for my day, but rest of the thing I can sell it to the grid also. So the total energy generated with the solar is also calculated using the IoT devices. So a farmer or a user who is having the solar panels at his place, so you can monitor here though how much energy has been generated throughout the day, how much he is using, how much he is selling, so what is the money, whatever he is getting, everything through these devices. Smart metering is something new which is coming in today's world. It is just like a prepaid card, whatever you are using for your telephone devices. I have recharged my phone for 100 rupees, so I have got a 100 talk time or whatever, 1 month time, whatever is there, or the usage. Same thing is going to for the smart meter also. You have taken the things for 1 month, after 1 month you have to renew the things like your phone. Same thing is going to come for the smart metering also. And renewable energy monitoring, I have already talked about this thing. So solar panels, wind energies, and all these things are there. So one of the major thing is the disaster management. This is one of the things I was looking during this hackathon. Is early warning of the systems. North part of the India is majorly having issues like landslides and floods. So if we have early warnings to this kind of system, how we can measure the level of river rising through the IoT devices, and landslides also, why the landslides are happening. So there are a lot of sensing devices which are available through which you can directly get the data and map this thing on your map it on the Indian map. Okay, so as it talks about disaster management, the early warning systems, the floods, earthquake, and many other things can be definitely emergency response. So the flood has come, the emergency response and all this thing. How many people have been stuck during the flood? How many people are being evacuated? So post-disaster recovery, everything can be taken care using the IoT devices. Water resource management, of course, this is especially for the tier metros and tier 1 cities where the water has been supplied through the pipes and it reaches home through the pipes. It's not like a village where they have a river or a well or something like that. Or many of the government generally gives the supply to the home through pipes only. So the leakage detection is there. So if I have from point 1 A to B, the water supply is happening. It may be 10 kilometers or what the distance. But suppose in between there is a break in the pipe or some contamination is going on in this particular, but the devices connected at point A and point B can interact with each other and talk about, yeah, this many liters of water flow is there. So how much flow is coming at your end? This was the level of water purity at point A, but point B it is showing some water contamination is coming out. So a person can detect, yeah, during this between this point A and B, there is some leakage and contamination is happening. Okay, the same thing is there for the water quality management, efficient irrigation system. So it is more like a soil moisturizer is having how much water is required, only that much is pumped out, and rest of it is saved. Now, major of the thing is the pump is on, it is on for 1 hour, and unnecessarily water is just flowing in the field. But with various sensors put it in the field, so I require this much of moisturizer level in the soil, and after that the pump is off. So you are saving both on energy and water also. Yeah, this is something new which is coming, especially in the metro areas and retail and customer experience. So many of these supply chain managements and nowadays Amazon, Flipkart, they widely use this kind of system. And suppose in major of the shopping malls also, who is picking what kind of dress or this thing is actually checked with the IoT devices. There are small sensors which are put it on your what do you call the display places, and it is checking how many people are picking which kind of clothes or what kind of things they are taking and putting it back. So they have they try to just check out the taste of a person, and this data generally gives them what kind of goods I should be putting it after my inventory is closed here. Last is education and learning environment. So IoT is widely used nowadays in smart classrooms, adjusting the light, temperature, whether the light, so much light is required. If there is the classroom is empty, still the fan and lights are on, it switch off automatically. And if there are, it is a controlled temperature or AC is on, so that also it totally depends on how many people are there in the hall. In that way only it uses the AC power. Then there is a campus safety, entry, out, exit, and all this thing, and resource management for the campuses is done by the IoT. So I personally feel, and many of our FOSSEE members also feels that we have got the potential of building some solutions by India and for India. So here I'm just giving a small example. What was the before thing, like a farm which has been used, and what is the technology? So you can have layers of farmings used. So it is not one place where people are going. So here you have to manage a lot of things, but if you see, so hydroponic is another thing which has been used. It's a controlled environment. Lot of yield is there, production is fast, and lot of yield is there in this particular farming compared to the old traditional way. So what local issue do you want to solve with IoT? So I've just given various examples: wildfire, landslides, fruits for transportation, disaster. What is the lake? What are the lakes availability? So few years back we have seen the disaster which was there in Chennai. So Chennai was flooded with means a little rain and everything got flooded because there were a lot of lakes which has been just closed and it was been taken by buildings and all this thing. And if I'm not wrong, same thing is right now happening also in Bangalore also. Lot of lakes are now vanished. So how to create that thing? So mapping all that devices is very, very important. Forest, agriculture, food, birds, bird watching is one of the major things which are there. So people can click the, suppose there is a bird watcher or people who like to click, especially for wildlife people, so they click the photograph and put it, the geolocation is tagged, this kind of bird is away. We have seen it in this particular place. So which is mapped. Health, water, rain, these are major things I already talked about here. So this is a famous quote which by the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So inventors of India are the architect of our nation's future. So with this I'll just end my talk, and before going further, I'd like to show few videos which has been given by our interns. So this is the one of the video which I'd like to show, and he is the champion. So look at his presentations, how he has done it.
Hello, my name is Vikram Jirkare. I am a student of first year engineering at Vishwakarma Institute of Technology, Pune. Every day on my way to college, I see waste fires on the roadside. These are a major cause of pollution and respiratory problems for people in this locality. As an engineering student, I feel that one should have an empathetic approach towards the problems in the society and try to develop solutions to tackle them. Thus, I started exploring more about this problem. This led me to think that the first step of addressing this issue is to record and analyze the local air quality degradation due to waste fires.
नमस्कार, माझं नाव विक्रम जिरगाळे. मी कॉलेजिट विद्यार्थी आहे पुण्यामध्ये. VIT या कॉलेजमध्ये मी शिकतो आणि मी वेस्ट मॅनेजमेंट रिलेटेड प्रोजेक्ट करत आहे. ज्याच्यामध्ये मी वेस्ट फायर मॅपिंग असा माझा प्रोजेक्टचं एम आहे. तर आपण बघू शकता की माझ्या मागे सारसबागच्या जवळ एका पाईपलाईनच्या इथे लँडफिल आहे, छोटं इल्लिगल लँडफिल आहे. इथे कचरा टाकणं अलाउड नाही आहे, तरी टाकलं जातं आहे आणि त्याला मोठ्यांदी आग लागलेली आहे. ही आग मी बऱ्याचदा पाहिलेली आहे. माझ्याकडे त्याचे प्रूफ्स आहेत, फोटोज आहेत जिओ टॅग, आणि आज ही आग मी तुम्हाला लाईव्ह व्हिडिओवरही दाखवत आहे. आपण ही आग जवळून बघूया. जसं तुम्ही बघू शकता, खूप मोठ्या परिसरावर ही आग, खूप मोठ्या कचऱ्यालाही आग लागलेली आहे आणि याचा धूर खूप जास्त आहे. आणि माझ्या समोरच इथे सारसबागेच्या या आगीच्या समोरच अजून एक आग अशीच आहे, त्याचाही तुम्हाला मी व्हिडिओ दाखवतो.
The project I am working on has two parts: a hardware sensor module and a GIS mapping system. We designed the hardware module to measure pollutant levels near waste fires. The GIS based mapping system will help us in gaining spatial insights about this data. These are the hardware components we have used in our project. The sensors we have used are a particulate matter 2.5 sensor, an MQ7 carbon monoxide sensor, an MQ135 AQI sensor which also detects CO2 levels, and an MQ4 methane gas sensor. The Arduino MKR0 board has been used as the microcontroller in our project. It also has built-in storage capacity. The ESP8266 Wi-Fi module has been used to establish IoT connectivity. The circuit shows the MKR0 board connected to the sensors and Wi-Fi module via jumper cables on a breadboard. The sensors can be extended outwards from the container as probes for data collection.
This is our first experiment. We are testing the waste fire pollution detection module here. As you can see, the probes of our module are out from the box, and this is a small waste fire we have ignited in a controlled environment. We are logging the data on a SD card mounted on the board, and the data can be seen here on the serial monitor as well. Date is 12th December 2023.
The sensor data for one of the experiments is displayed here. This experiment was carried out on 13th of January 2024, and the analysis showed that the city average AQI for this day was recorded 137. However, during the waste fire event, the AQI in that locality reached up to 193. A higher AQI means poorer air quality. The sensor module recorded a rise in CO2, CO, and PM2.5 levels. During this waste fire event, the air quality of this locality degraded by 40.88%. Along with the sensor data, we also recorded the experiment parameters like the duration of waste fire event, the waste volume, and more. The waste contents such as foliage, plastic, and rubber were also documented. We also studied some important environmental parameters such as wind speed, humidity, rainfall, etc. from meteorological datasets. All the observed waste fires were mapped and converted into a GIS dashboard. This was done using the QGIS open source GIS software. This is the first ever attempt to map waste fires for Pune city. The map in the image shows waste fires in Pune city which have been color coded according to their severity. We have calculated severity according to these three parameters: the frequency of occurrences of waste fire events, the population affected in an area, and the number of or amount of pollutants that have been emitted in such a waste fire occurrence. Moving ahead, we plan to incorporate relevant satellite data and crowdsourced images into a waste fire GIS dashboard of the city to gain further insights. These insights will be beneficial to the local governance bodies and citizen groups for addressing the waste fire issue in a more effective way. We plan to make this model a part of the free and open source hardware FOSH ecosystem, which can be replicated worldwide. I hope that this project can contribute to addressing the problem of waste fires in our society. I thank my family, friends, and professors for their guidance and continued support throughout this journey. Thank you.
So, as you can see how he has used the demonstration of IoT and GIS for the waste fire, air quality, especially for the air quality indexing. So, he has used the IoT devices, giving you the parameters, and each of the things are mapped on using the QGIS software. So, this was one of the best submission that we have seen during our hackathon. So with this, I'll conclude my talk, and I'll hand it over to Nirmala. She'll have a discussion on the spoken tutorials.
Good morning, everyone. So today, my name is Nirmala. I'm a senior project manager at Spoken Tutorial Project. Spoken-tutorial.org is our website. So I'll give a brief introduction about what is Spoken Tutorial. So Spoken Tutorial is a audio video tutorial, so which we created for a very short duration, 10 to 12 minutes. And the main feature of this Spoken Tutorial is that we have dubbed it into various Indian languages. So the students are very comfortable to learn any software in their mother tongue. So that is the main feature of our Spoken Tutorial, and it is especially a audio video tutorial for self-learning. Self-learning in the sense there is no one, there will not be anyone to teach the students. They have to watch the video, understand the concepts, and they have to practice. So the video has been captured with as how we practice in our computer. So all the examples now has been explained, and the results you can see on the monitor. So everything now the students can understand how the program works. So Spoken Tutorial has majorly we concentrated on IT related FOSS. It is all free and open source software. That means there is no need for you to buy the software. So it is available for free. So you can download the software, and we have showed in each and every topic how to install it, and from the basic level we have increased to the advanced level. So the students can watch the video, then they can learn by themselves. So Rajesh talked about IoT and QGIS. So those who are all those who don't know about all these new softwares. So if you go to this Spoken Tutorial website, so there are some few tutorials for you to understand how QGIS works or how this IoT works. So a basic introduction with some examples for each FOSS we have created. So for example, when you take for IT related subjects, so starting from C, C++, Python or Java or HTML, CSS, like that, we have created for any series. So until the latest thing, network simulator also is available in our Spoken Tutorial. So whatever, if you are interested in any particular IT related software, you can watch these tutorials and you can understand, and it will be very helpful for you. And also we have created Spoken Tutorials for other subjects also, like for few softwares available to do the simulations in physics related topics or in chemistry or for mathematics. So your college can make use of all this audio video tutorials, and you can practice this in your lab sessions so that the students can benefit over all this software. So if you go to this website, all the informations are available where to contact, and there is a separate training team. So you can approach them for conducted training at your college. And if you have any queries related to the FOSS, you can post your queries in the forum sessions. So from our team, anyone will answer your questions. So this is our website. So there are two drop down boxes. One is for the courses and another one is for languages. So suppose for example you go and choose Arduino, and in the language drop down you can choose whatever the language you are comfortable to learn. So if you choose English and you press the search button. So there are 27 tutorials under this Arduino. So you have few tutorials on basic level and few on intermediate and some on advanced level. So it is taking time to load.
In CSS. In this tutorial, we will learn about
So just we are playing one sample
list properties
tutorial
in
how it
CSS
works.
of ordered and unordered lists. Customizing the list markers.
So this tutorial
This
is
tutorial is
in
recorded
CSS.
using Ubuntu Linux OS version 18.04, CSS3, HTML5, gedit text editor,
in between is it?
file mypage.html. The lists are added to the page.
So you can see
The
the
first
tutorial
list
is
is an
explained with the
unordered
examples. So how the
It
page
has
will
the
be
default
after creating the
marker,
CSS sheet.
namely the round bullets. And
So if you
mystyle.css,
practice how it is shown in the
You
video,
can
no,
see
you will
that.
get the same output. So that's
Observe
what we
the
are calling,
output.
this is for self-learning.
type the code as shown, save the file, switch.
So
Let
each
us
and
try
every
this.
step has been explained how
List
it works.
style
So
image.
just you have to follow the instructions
List
and you have to
style
practice in
position.
your computer.
Image as a marker does not fail to display.
So if you search the spoken tutorial Arduino and English or whatever language, so basically it is dubbed also in Hindi, Kannada. You can see out here there are various languages already dubbed in. So whichever language is prefer or comfortable you are comfortable with, you can choose and try to see it. So actually there's some issue going on with our website right now, that's why. But this particular series is divided into 3 parts, which talks about the basic intermediate, not basic level, which talks about how to connect Arduino, how to write your first program, how to connect various sensors, input, output devices to it. Then it leads further to intermediate level where we are talking about creating a robot and how to control a robot using a Bluetooth module. Then parallelly it comes of for demonstration of IoT, how an IoT sensor is connected and how the data is published on an IoT platform. And on that particular platform, you can do the analytics and all this thing. So this way we have just covered into 3 parts, and so whichever area you are comfortable, you can just have a look at it. But it always starts with a very basic, because it has been designed specially for the very first user who are not aware of Arduino. If you are aware of Arduino, how to connect and how to program it, then but you are not aware of IoT, then you can directly jump to the IoT and check the tutorials accordingly. Yeah. So thanks for the session, and today we will be ending our session, first session now, and afternoon we have the session around 2 o'clock where we will be announcing our pricing for the IoT hackathon and other GIS hackathon that we have already published. So afternoon is our major event where the prize distributions will be held. Thanks a lot.
A very warm good afternoon to all of you, the guests present here, eminent faculty, Pro Vice Chancellor of Delhi University, Professor Pankaj from Delhi School of Economics, Professor Dr. Jyotirmoy Datta from Indian Institute of Science, Professor Prashant Srivastav from Banaras Hindu University, representatives from Aligarh Muslim University, the winners of National Open Hardware Geospatial Hackathon, the team from IIT Bombay, Open Hardware team, Spoken Tutorial team. We welcome all of you, and mainly we welcome all the audience who have joined us online, representatives from Government of Kerala, Government of Tamil Nadu, and all state government, state university coordinators, and all our FOSSEE partner institutions. We welcome you for this National Education Day event here at IIT Bombay. We are conducting this event online, and we have a very special session today. Like morning we had an awareness about the open source hardware initiatives of the FOSSEE project. We had an overview about what FOSSEE is, and FOSSEE being a project under the national mission. The project itself is connected to more than 5,000 universities across 5,000 institutions, educational institutions across India, and 125 state affiliating universities. with this great outreach and also with a sense of gratitude towards our funding agency, Ministry of Education, Government of India, we welcome all of you for this session. First, we are actually changing the order of the ceremony which is happening today. We'll request Professor Pennan Chinnaswamy, the co-principal investigator of the FOSSEE project, to give us opening remarks about FOSSEE, the initiation of FOSSEE, the GIS vertical, and the idea behind these awards. And soon after that, we will have the awards given to the dignitaries who have present here. And after that, we will have delegates from Honeybee Population Health Foundation. We will be launching the medical GIS platform. In fact, it is for the first time in India that IIT Bombay will be directly connecting with each and every medical college across India for solving public health related issues pertaining to geospatial technology. Without taking much of your time, I would now like to request Professor Pennan to share his introductory remarks. And at this special moment, I also would like to thank our principal investigator, Professor Kannan Moudgalya, our mission director of National Mission on Education through ICT from the ministry, and all the team members, starting from Mrs. Usha Vishwanathan, Mrs. Madhurika Goel, and our team members here, Mr. Rajesh Kushalkar, who have joined in here. And special thanks to the director of ICFOSS, Dr. Sunil, from Government of Kerala. It is a Government of Kerala entity who has very much supported in all of our initiatives. And one final thanks to Mr. Satish Mokshakundam, the grandson of Sir Vishweshwaraya, who has been very much instrumental in his wishes for making this event a great happening. And probably through him, we will also be entering the state of Karnataka through Sir Vishweshwaraya Trust. Many updates are coming soon. So without taking much of your time, I would hand over the mic to Professor Pennan for his remarks.
Warm welcome to all for those who are visiting campus. What we're doing today is there's a lot of events for the National Education Day. And there is a big change in the education in India that is happening. What is happening is we are asked to do more application-oriented research, just not publications and looking at traditional methods. So this FOSSEE is instrumental in that. We are promoting open source software. And with software, we're trying to solve solutions using GIS. And as Kasim was saying, today we'll be launching the medical GIS, which is the first of its country, where we are going to link technological partners, technological institutions like us, and medical colleges. With this, I'd like to warmly welcome everyone. How the awards were given is, we had identified through a jury that who have actively contributed to procuring the data, working on the data and giving solutions, and also connecting the stakeholders with what we are doing in research. So with this and the NMICT who has funded this, what has happened is we are bridging a gap between the end user who's going to be using the technological solutions and the technical partners like IITs, IIC Bangalore is here, and then creating new avenues. We also heard that IIC is starting a medical hospital. So with this vision in the long term, what is going to happen is there will be a lot of medical related GIS work. Other countries are picking up, so we need to catch up soon. So for that, to encourage this, encourage the users, encourage the institutions, we are giving awards at an institute level, user level, and faculty level. Students also are being monitored and given work in Mapathon. So I had my presentation, but I'll show it later due to pause of time. This activity that we are doing is Mapathon. What it does is we create a platform where end users give problems like water resource department, public health department, and we make the students solve it using GIS. And that training is done using FOSSEE spoken tutorials and only open source software we use. And this has been the world's largest Mapathon. So in terms of numbers, we have around 12,000 participants per year, whereas other platforms are only having 3,000 to 2,000. So we are miles ahead. And these extended session, why we had is because on September 15th, not many could come. And today our director was busy with the National Education Day. Otherwise the director would have come, and we had an extended session for those who could not come on September 15th. So with this, I will hand over to Kasim to do the award ceremony. Thank you.
Good afternoon. So we will start the award ceremony. There are only uh, 6 people whom we will be giving the awards today. So the first award which we will be giving is the National Geospatial Practitioner Award for Center for Data for Public Good Foundation for Science, Innovation and Development, IISc Bangalore.
I'll just announce. So the reason behind Indian Institute of Science Bangalore getting this award is basically for the very strong ecosystem that they have in terms of enabling geospatial technology to the masses. Mainly they focus on the data component, and any institute across India, if they want to play around with. So this is something incredible that the jury has strongly recommended every citizen in India to focus on and also adopt it. So on behalf of IISc Bangalore's team, we have Dr. Jyotirmoy Datta. I request him to share a few words.
Thank you, Dr. Qasim. So it's a privilege and it's an honor to receive this National Practitioners Award on behalf of the Center of Data for Public Good, FSID, at the Indian Institute of Science. So thank you very much to the FOSSEE team at IIT Mumbai. So I'll just take a couple of minutes to tell you what we are trying to do. So at CDPG, we basically develop and deploy data exchanges. And at present, we are working on something called integrated geospatial data sharing interface. So what it essentially is a data sharing platform which is consent-based, which makes the data interoperable, which makes the data private, which helps cataloging of the data sets, and with enriched and rich metadata and data descriptors. So in summary, if you are a student, if you're a researcher, if you're an industry person, right, and if you have some ideas where you want to integrate your applications with geospatial data, you should log into the platform, right, which the technology stack which has been developed at the Indian Institute of Science. And what we look forward is to empower the innovation ecosystem and to make sure that anyone who wants diverse set of data sets, especially in the geospatial domain, shall be able to access those data sets in a very secure way through open APIs and standardized data models. So I'll stop here. Thank you once again to the FOSSEE team. Yeah.
The next award we will be giving is the Best University Award, and this is actually for the contributions to various FOSSEE GIS activities. It is University of Delhi.
I request Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor of Delhi University, Professor Balaram Fani, also Professor Pankaj Kumar to share. So this contribution to the University of Delhi is mainly towards the phenomenal activity which the university and the constituent colleges have done, extended towards each and every activity of the FOSSEE project. As I have told you, FOSSEE is associated with more than 5,000 colleges across India, engineering, arts, science, commerce, management, everything inclusive, and 125 state affiliating universities. And among the best universities that we have selected, so there are around 10 universities, sir, and Delhi University ranks first among it. And so this is a biggest credit that we have for Delhi University. The most significant factor is the contribution of Professor Pankaj Kumar from Delhi School of Economics. So he was the one who was instrumental in initiating the awareness activity of FOSSEE, the GIS activities. And the third important point is two of his students, Aditi Kumari and Aditya Kumar. So they actually have won National Geospatial Research Fellow Award. Again, only 7 candidates across India on a national scale have got it, and Delhi University has got 2 out of it. So with these contributions, we are much more happy to give the award to University of Delhi. I request you to share a few words.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody, and the distinguished guests and students and participants. And it is really privileged and honored to have this award. At least, I'm happy that our own institutions in India, they are recognizing and they are acknowledging the works of other institutions. This is just Mumbai IIT, they have taken the initiatives and they are giving the awards to other universities and other institutions, those who are in their job. As Professor earlier he told that right now research work is right now focusing on the applications. It is the real thing. Means what is the basic difference between the Western research and the Indian research? Because all the Indian research are based on the origin. Means they will go for the primary source. And whenever you will talk about the application research will go for the secondary source. And whenever you will go for the secondary research, then definitely the result will be coming very soon. Because very early stage you will get the results. So it will be very much helpful to the service sector like medical. Medical, if you go for the primary sector research, then it will take a very long time. And you may not achieve that one. But whenever you go for the secondary data, means right now just here you are taking over the data collection and data analysis. And that application, that data you have already collected, and right now the application of data, it will be much more helpful to the medical science and other engineering science also. In the basic science, it is the primary source, means they will go for the primary source. But wherever the engineering or any professional courses, they will go based on the secondary source. And that is the based on the applications here. Right now, at least our Indian researchers, they are moving towards the solving the problems. Earlier, we were saying that identifying the problems, saying that, okay, there is some type of problems, but what is the solutions? But right now, our researchers are moving towards the solution. So that solution will come from the secondary data. So this is the good thing. And I'm also, whenever you talk about that, our own institutions do something better, then definitely I'm proud of that. And in addition to that, I'm telling you, Delhi University is the premier institute in India. In the university categories, Delhi University it is in the QS ranking, it is the 328 category. Means it is number 1 in India, but in the QS ranking, it is the 328. But there are certain courses. They are within 25. So these are the very good things. And if we'll do all together, then definitely we'll achieve something. Means at least. So Kasim, actually Dr. Kasim, means whenever we are talking each other, means he was telling that, okay, means we will go for the MOU with the good institutions. Means at least in India, all the good institutions will come forward and do such type of MOU, then definitely it will help each other. And we will progress in that field, and definitely it is much more helpful, and it will help to our researchers and the scholars and professors. I mean, everywhere we will be benefited. So you have invited me, I'm very much thankful, and okay, good luck, and such type of activities should be carried forward, and such type of recognition and acknowledgement should be carried forward in almost everywhere. So it will be better. Thank you.
I just want to add, thank you so much, FOSSI team, for recognizing my university, and I am privileged to get this opportunity to get this award and accompany my Pro Vice Chancellor sir to receive this one. Our commitments are already there to promote these FOSSI initiatives, not only at the India level, but also in abroad. So recently I used few of your PowerPoint to present one of the talk in UN, United Nations Geospatial Knowledge and Innovation Week 2024 that was celebrated in Peking, China. And there was a panel discussion and also a talk. So I used your PowerPoint, 2 or 3 slides, to sensitize them how the Indian community and our IITs and we together university systems are contributing to promote this open source software and open source initiative, linking with this open science initiative of UNESCO. So thank you so much for moving in this direction. We are committed to work in future. Thank you.
So one point to be added is now because of the fact that we have declared Best University Awards to 10 institutions across India with the permission of Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, every constituent college of Delhi University now has the direct access with the FOSSEE team at IIT Bombay, all 91 colleges as you said, sir. We are ready to identify one intern from each college. Please help us and guide on how we can take it forward.
So the next award is the Best University Award based on the contribution to the FOSSEE GIS activities is Aligarh Muslim University from Uttar Pradesh. And they also have another award, National Geospatial Faculty Fellow Award given to, yeah, please if anyone from Aligarh Muslim University is there.
There is a small video that actually the Vice Chancellor was about to come. Thank you.
I congratulate Aligarh Muslim University for getting the Best University Award by the organizing committee of National Geospatial Awards 2024. And I appreciate this decision of the committee for Aligarh Muslim University because the Aligarh Muslim University is the pioneer among the North Indian universities for starting applications of remote sensing data analysis for Indian images in 1984. So it has almost completed 40 years of remote sensing research work, and it has started in part awarding the degrees of MPhil and PhD program in mid 1980s, and since then continuously the university is training students, creating awareness, and extending this facility to various disciplines. So much so that the center, which was established in mid-80s, grew to in a full-fledged department of interdisciplinary Department of Remote Sensing and GIS applications. I hope that this award will help to further this noble task by involving in having interaction of AMU and IIT Bombay on the topic of this FOSSE GIS initiatives, and they'll provide opportunities to the students to have internship programs, to have some other research work, to have some other software development, and moreover, at this stage, because it is a wider university, it is having 13 faculties, including the agriculture and social sciences. So they can make use of remote sensing in different areas. I remember during my chairmanship of the Department of Remote Sensing, one of our young colleague, Dr. Rizwan, he used remote sensing for helping the university to place the time capsule, and they were working with the team from history department and many other departments have the agriculture department, is also being helped by by the Interdisciplinary Department of Remote Sensing. So I hope that this award will further the objective of the government to spread the policies of the government, particularly the policies of IRS and further research work will be enabled in these areas. Again, with the best wishes to all the organizers, and thanks to the organizers for providing me this opportunity. Thank you very much.
So the next award we will give is to the Best University Award for the contribution to the FOSSEE GIS activities is Banaras Hindu University. And I also will like to announce the National Geospatial Faculty Fellow Award to Dr. Prashant K. Srivastava, who is from Banaras Hindu University, Uttar Pradesh. So the Best University Award to BHU.
This I would like to personally read it out. So same like Dr. Pankaj Kumar from Delhi School of Economics. There were around 10 faculty from all across India who got the National Geospatial Faculty Fellow Award. And we are happy to share that Dr. Prashant K. Srivastava from Banaras Hindu University has been identified by the jury for his phenomenal effort towards the field of remote sensing and GIS. And jury members wanted to be present here, but on their behalf, we are handing over this award to you, sir. So the National Geospatial Faculty Fellow Award to Dr. Prashant K. Srivastava. One thing I would like to inform is their Vice Chancellor's office, same like Delhi University, very proactive. The PA to Vice Chancellor immediately had dialed from Banaras Hindu University on that day. And any support that in all the collaborative activities that we will be doing from IIT Bombay, rest be assured of our complete support. So on behalf of the entire team, our PI, co-PI, we like to thank you, and please share your few words about the award.
Thank you so much, IIT Bombay, for giving this prestigious National Geospatial Awards. And I'm really grateful to FOSSEE to give Banaras Hindu University the Best University Award along with National Geospatial Award. We call as National Geospatial Faculty Fellow Award to me, and it's really a privilege because I'm here and I can see that FOSSEE is giving such a kind of honoring to all the scientists or academicians working all over the India since long time. So it is really a encouragement to all the people working in this direction, and really it's really a moment of joy for all of us. I started around my career in 15 years ago in remote sensing technology with a PhD from Ministry Bristol, UK under Commonwealth Fellowship. And that time there is a category called remote sensing technology. And after that, I moved to NASA Goddard Space Flight Center, did some of the activities on a SMAP mission, Small Moisture Active Passive. And then returned back to India in 2015, started over here a number of missions with ISRO. Like we have associated with SCATSAT mission launched in 2017. Then another mission is like Every-Sanji is going on. NASA mission is going to launch next year because it's got delayed. So next year, NASA ISRO Syntactic Aperture Radar will be launched. So there are a number of things are going on, and if you see geospatial platform is on the boom. There are number of things, number of job, number of prospects available in this direction, and I can see this National Geospatial Program is one of the very good work initiated by IIT Bombay. And as you know, IIT Bombay is good in leading a lot of good things well before many of us. So thank you IIT Bombay for starting this National Geospatial Program, and I also like to thank all the jury members for awarding this to BHU and us, and on behalf of BHU, because our Vice Chancellor is busy in, there are a number of things are going on, so he's not in the university. So on behalf of Banaras University, I'm collecting this award, and most of you know that BHU is one of the oldest university, 116 years old. We have around 150 departments, around 6 institutes, and then we have around 16 centers and number of other interdisciplinary centers over there. We have around 30,000 students studying in BHU, and we are excelling in number of things. Is from either is from physics or is from geospatial technology. We have 3 departments running this course in different forms. One is in agriculture sciences, one is our institute, another one is in geography department. So you can see a number of things are coming up. And if you see lot of, couple of years back, you don't have any NetGate or these subjects in like geoinformatics subject in NetGate, but now they introduce UGC and other GATE subject. Geoinformatics is one of these subjects. So, and our government is also focusing on in these initiatives. So with this word, I can see that there are a lot of opportunities in this direction. And if you build a career in geospatial, it is one of the good things because number of job prospects are there. And with this, all the words, I like to say again, thank you to Dr. Kasim, Dr. Penn, and Madam for giving this award. Thank you so much.
The thing to be noted is he actually has a flight to Tashkent. So he's here in IIT Bombay just for an hour. So thanks for your presence. And Professor Pankaj, I think he had traveled 1600 kilometers. And Shuhail Wani, he actually had an overnight journey from Kargil. So he has come here today to receive the award. The next award is for him.
Thank you, sir, for coming all the way from Kargil. Yeah. So the next award which we will be presenting is the Best University Award. It goes to University of Ladakh. And I also will like to invite Dr. Wani Suhail Ahmed for receiving the National Geospatial Emerging Faculty Fellow Award. He is also from the University of Ladakh, Kargil campus.
Just a remark from the jury, because all of us would be surprised with the fact that the oldest universities in India, the prominent universities, have got the Best University Award. There was a special purpose vehicle created based on the instruction from the ministry that Northeast, Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Lakshadweep and Andaman also needs to be given prominence. So we had set 2 special places in every category of awards. Despite of the fact that University of Ladakh was established in the year 2019, based on the permission from the jury and also from the ministry, this honor has been bestowed for the remarkable groundbreaking research and related activities done in the field of geospatial technology. So in fact, Professor Mehta, their Vice Chancellor, was very much generous in sending him directly from Kargil. Last time they were not able to make it up. So on behalf of the FOSSEE project, we are giving this award. So we would also like to thank the Lieutenant Governor for the Union Territory of Ladakh for supporting University of Ladakh's candidature and them receiving the awards, and also helping them with more of the implementation practices, to the Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh and also to the Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Mehta. We convey our heartfelt thanks. So we can share a few words.
So before that, I just want one more second to take, because everyone on the podium is saying they're the oldest universities, which is very happy to see. And to be honest, as IIT Bombay faculty, I find more time for my time and for their time, more response working with such universities. Because my students, I'll tell like what his students have done and Banaras University students have done. I could not get that type of work from my students. So it's because they like this opportunity. They respect the opportunity and the time from us. So I have been lucky to mentor around 200 students a year. And I was very happy to show that your students and all the award winner students were very active, and they work day in and day night for their presentations. So we have to also congratulate their students who have made these professors as a award winner today. Thanks.
Respected dignitaries, esteemed faculties, and honored guests, a very good afternoon to all. On behalf of University of Ladakh, I would like to take this privilege and gratitude to FOSI IIT Bombay for this incredible honor, Best University Award and National Geospatial Emerging Faculty Award. So, sir, this award means a lot to us as we are a new university established in 2019, where the climate is very harsh, as you all know, and where we have very limited resources. And still, despite these challenges, we are committed to academic excellence and promoting geospatial knowledge. Sir, truly this award will be very helpful to us. It will boost our morals and it will boost to work much harder and harder in promoting the geospatial knowledge. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Sir Qasim sir and Penin sir. They are always very helpful to us. Whenever we approach him, they were on their toes to help us, whether it is me or my students. Sir, really, I'm very thankful to you. And at last, I again thank FOSI IIT Bombay for supporting our journey. Thank you so much. Long live IIT Bombay, long live University of Ladakh. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So the awarding sequence is over of the National Geospatial Awards. One thing that I just wanted to inform is there were a lot of complaints that we were delaying too much. So with your permission, sir. So the next edition of National Geospatial Awards 2025 edition 2, we are starting the registration from today. The registrations will be accepted till June 30th. So we will just display the QR code for your
So while that is being set up, may I also request all the award winners to send us a snippet of the students who have participated in these events, because we are having a repository and on our website we would like to showcase this their success stories.
Okay, so we will just proceed with the next important announcement. I request Mr. Rajesh Kushalkar, the Senior Project Manager of FOSI, to announce the honor.
So we also conducted the national level open hardware IoT geospatial hackathon 2024, and it started in April this year and continued till October. So we had evaluated all the submissions and now we have come up with the list of winners. In the morning only we have announced the winners. So there is a champion, and all these awards will be published on our website. So one of the winners of the event, Mr. Vedant Das Gupta from Veermata Jijibai Technological Institute, VJTI, Mumbai, is here. So I will request him to come and receive the award.
I would be really grateful to FOSI IIT Bombay and to my mentor, who's unfortunately not present here, Mr. Rohin Daruwala, my professor, and also to my parents. And I'm really grateful to IIT Bombay FOSI for providing me with this opportunity to build this project and to submit this wonderful contribution towards the world of open hardware IoT. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Vedant. So we really got a very good response for the open source hardware IoT and geospatial hackathon that we have conducted. We have received almost 1,500 plus applications, and we have received a good number of submissions also. And we have categorized the submission as champions, winners, and participants. So there are 1 champion, then 7 winners, and rest of all the participants are participants only. And they have really done very good job in terms of air quality, then waste management, and healthcare, use of IoT in all this particular field, and properly mapped with the GIS applications also. Thank you.
So, since Kasim has been introducing everybody since morning, it's my privilege to introduce Kasim to you all, who is the man behind calling people, approaching them, and ensuring that everything goes on time under the guidance of Professor Penin and Professor Kannan Modgalia. So, here he is going to present the activities that are planned for the year 2025. We are letting everybody know in advance so that we get good response, and people can plan well in ahead so that we can make this activity more fruitful and useful for everybody at large, for community basically. Thank you, Kasim.
Okay, so thank you Madhulika ma'am for the introduction. My name is Mohammad Kasim. I'm the national coordinator for the FOSSEE project here at IIT Bombay. On behalf of the entire FOSSEE team, our principal investigator, Professor Kannan Modgalia, co-PI for the GIS vertical, Professor Penin Chinnaswamy, all the senior managers, I thank the live audience once again, and also students from Maharashtra College who have joined here as audience, along with other dignitaries from Indian Institute of Science and dignitaries who have just left because they have a flight to catch. We welcome all of you. And I'll just give a brief overview again about what FOSSEE GIS is about. Here are my contact details, just in case if any institution, college from India would like to contact us, we will be happy to associate with you. FOSSEE, everyone is hearing about FOSSEE, but FOSSEE is an acronym, it has an expansion. So FOSSEE stands for Free and Open Source Software for Education. We reach educational institutions across India and also industry in terms of promoting the usage of open source software in regular setup for faculty, students, industry professionals, and so on, and also for freelancers. What FOSSEE does is promoting open source, and also FOSSEE has a series of activities which we use it as an opportunity also for nation's development. Because time is a constraint, I would just convey in brief that India, being a developing nation, doesn't have much resources to contribute in terms of development. So if we see entire India as a whole in terms of budget, I think in last fiscal, India has spent around 60,000 crores, 60,000 crore rupees just for buying software. We are not talking about the tools which are pirated, which are used in other ways or means. Based on receipt of what India has purchased, the government organizations, colleges, and related entities, it is 60,000 crores. It is a very big amount which could be contributed in other ways. So FOSSEE promotes the usage of open source software, and I handle the GIS vertical of FOSSEE. And unlike other initiatives of the FOSSEE project, there is an embargo here. Only Indian citizens could participate. The reason is because Government of India in the year 2022 had enacted a policy called National Geospatial Policy, and then in the year 2023 Indian space policy came into existence. So we strongly promote it, and we have around 40 activities in short, and out of all the 40 activities, the cardinal mandate is the participating team or individuals or faculty should use only open source software. And any kind of problem statement that they would like to associate with any of the activities that we do, they have to align with at least one sustainable development goal of the United Nations. And Gati Shakti, we are working with the BISAC team, so hopefully very soon we will be able to announce more activities. And as far as the prime players are concerned, ISRO's satellite navigation team, all 5 divisions of it, we are working closer with. In fact, in terms of internship, we have 3 different types of internship coming up. And partnership, we have the prime partnership. Professor Penin Chinnaswamy is in charge for a lab that is called as Rudra. Rudra is again an acronym. It is the Rural Data Research Analysis Lab. In fact, it is the first lab in India to be connected to a supercomputing facility. So we are more fortunate that Professor Pinnan has extended his support, and also the entire team of Rudra has been consistently supporting the FOSSEE initiatives. I would like to thank IIT Tirupati, Department of Science and Technology, the National Mission on Education through ICT. Like parallel to it, we have another agency called National Mission on Interdisciplinary Cyber Physical System, Survey of India, ICFOS, which is an entity of Government of Kerala, Tamil Nadu Skill Development Corporation, Government of Maharashtra, and also Delhi Technological University associated with it. Okay, so I'll not take much time. This slide talks everything. We have foundational activities, as you could see on the screen. So in foundational activities, we become advisors to institutions. We also advise to governments of how exactly open source based geospatial solutions could be introduced on the grassroots level. We conduct joint workshops, faculty development programs. We also participate in board of studies, etc. So this we call as the foundational layer, spreading awareness about the activity that we do, the tools that we promote. And after the foundational activities, next immediate step is we conduct competitions, because India has a very huge population and there are a lot of talented students present across in and out all the districts combined. So if we have to identify the right talent, we don't have the time which could permit us to select or handpick the specific one. So we do conduct competitions. One of the flagship activities that we have from FOSSEE is called Mapathon. Mapathon is considered to be the world's biggest geospatial mapping challenge. And this is the 4th edition that is ongoing now. Probably November 30, we will be concluding the 4th edition of it. And the 5th edition will start soon after. That is on January 1st. We will announce the registration for the 5th edition of Mapathon. In addition, we also have hackathons coming up, and the award which has been given now, so it was basically for the open source geospatial hackathon in terms of IoT based interventions. So congratulations to the winner and also to Rajesh Kushalkar sir's team. Like this, we have tested the first edition of geospatial IoT based hackathon. Likewise, Dr. Virthalai and team, they are here. So thanks for the generous support. They have become our sponsors. A very big, the first ever contribution that we have received in terms of sponsorship from an external entity. We are going to launch medical geospatial activities. Medical geospatial hackathon is coming up with Sher-e-Kashmir University of Agricultural Sciences and Technology. We are about to launch India's first ever agricultural geospatial hackathon with National Institute of Ocean Technology, Chennai. We are in plans of launching ocean technology based geospatial hackathon. Likewise, domain specific hackathons are in the list in next year, and there will be a minimum of 5 to 6 hackathons that we are planning to conduct. So once we conduct the competitions, next level is giving chance to the students, the volunteers. We have internships. As I told you, even in internships, we have 3 different types of internship. One is called as National Geospatial Internship from FOSSEE. The second one is a blended internship. We have partnered with IIT Tirupati, that is called as DST Chanakya FOSSEE National Geospatial Internship. And very recently we have collaborated with ISRO and the notification will come out soon. So those of you who are interested in participating in an internship which is jointly offered by IIT Bombay and ISRO, please keep looking on FOSSEE's page for major announcement which will be coming soon. And one specific thing is we also have a very strong support from the public relations office here at IIT Bombay who have been promoting our activities. So also on IIT Bombay's homepage, you can look for the initiatives that we are planning to do. Okay, so foundational aspects, spreading awareness, conducting competitions, giving internships. Even after internship, we have another level added to it. We call it as case studies. Case studies is a more specific activity where handholding will be done if required by eminent faculty from IIT Bombay, Professor Pinnan Chinnaswamy, and the expert group from Rudra Lab and other partnering agencies. Even in case studies, we have different level. One thing that I forgot to mention here, which is a deviating factor from the previous announcement, is by the end of March 30, we are in the plans of having at least one college in every state and every union territory of India participating in the FOSSEE geospatial activities. We know that this is ambitious, but having a presence of 5,000 institutions across India, concentrated in specific states and rest of the states are left out, so we don't want that scenario to continue. So we call it as all district coverage activity. Like this, the ladder grows. We have product development activities, niche initiatives coming up, and the final level, the final ladder of it is called as National Geospatial Awards. And in between, there is a loop. When we identify the right talent, in India, unemployment is a major issue. In order to cater it, we also are in a discussion with major agencies, companies, multinational companies, whether we could provide jobs to the deserving candidates. And job fair is being planned, and it will happen somewhere in the month of February. So this is all I have from our side. And in terms of institution, the biggest plus point that FOSSEE has, along with other projects in the mission, is we have the tag of Ministry of Education, Government of India. Any institute in India, if you are planning to implement or adopt any of the FOSSEE activities, rest be assured you will be getting a certificate which you can eventually document it for the purpose of NAC, which is good for your college's progress. We have faculty development programs coming up. We have student-oriented activities coming up. We have winter schools, summer schools, and so on. So institutions get a specific package. If any institute from India, university or college would like to collaborate, please write to us. We'll be happy to support. In terms of faculty development activities, please write through your principal. We will take it on a formal note and proceed accordingly. So because time is a constraint, I would just like to show a few other things which are prominent. For all district coverage, people who are here and also who have joined online or who will be seeing later can scan this QR code. It will take you to a Google form link. You can register your institution. We will get in touch with you. And for the next level of National Geospatial Awards, please feel free to scan this code. We'll be happy to collaborate. And medical GIS is the next activity which you are going to see in detail. We also have GIS and birding and related activities coming up. We will have detailed inauguration sessions happenings in days to come. It will be happening not only at IIT Bombay but also at our partner institutes. So once again, I would like to thank my principal investigator, Professor Kannan Moudgalya, Professor Pennan Chinnaswamy, all my colleagues from the FOSSEE team, the spoken tutorial team, and friends from Maharashtra College and winners of award. And thank you, Dr. Jyotirmay, who has stayed along with us from ISC Bangalore. So thanks for listening. In case if you have any query, please feel free to get in touch on the email ID which is displayed on the screen. Okay, so my session is over. Next, I would like to invite Professor Pennan Chinnaswamy, the co-PI of FOSSEE project, to give his brief overview on how exactly we have taken these activities. His session will be very brief, and soon after Professor Pennan Chinnaswamy's session, we will proceed with the medical GIS.
So welcome back. I'll be explaining to the partners and those who are live streaming, how did we come up across this activity in FOSSEE. So as in, why do we need RS, GIS, growth in India, and then open source software for our problem solving situations, and then the Rudra concept. So what has happened is, for example, let's take an example. This is the number of wells that are being monitored by the government on managing groundwater. And groundwater is highly used in India. India is the highest consumer, but the monitoring is not enough to satisfy the management plans. So these are the number of wells, and these kind of management plans are occurring. So wherever the red color is, that is where groundwater is depleted. However, we know for sure that the wells you see here, the dug wells, is not what people use. People only use deep wells. So if you're not mimicking what is happening, then your management plans are all not useful. So this is the crux of our work that we do. If you cannot monitor, measure and map, you cannot manage it well. So on this note, we have brainstormed on what can we use to address these applications. So the first one we got was remote sensing. So I think Dr. Kushalkar was saying about IoT devices. So we mix IoT, GIS, drones, satellite data into problem solving solutions. So here we have a better holistic understanding, and then it evolves into better management scenarios. Which data can help? As I said, I always keep these images of how different images can help us understand a particular problem. Let's take one for time. On the top left right for me, so you could see that there is two different images of night light of India, one in 2012 and 2016. If you look closely, what is happening is it's not only light is increasing, cities are growing, villages are getting power, so multiple schemes of Indian government are being satisfied, and or people are getting more access to power, thereby a livelihood is earned. So this data, if you look at data itself, there is no data for it, but how a satellite image can be used for our problem solving is key. So what we have done is we have, as I said, mixed multiple tools along with satellites to create data and say that scientifically this is good and this can be used for problem solving. However, there is need for more satellites and data. So these are a number of satellites that are done by mission. So I'm going to go by the US mission, NASA, and then you also have ESA missions, and then we are not far away, Indian ISRO's missions. So you see a lot of these satellites are there, but there is no capacity to work on this data. Who is going to work on this data if so many satellites are there? So we train students. So this is how the FOSSEE idea evolved. We used to train students on using GIS and solving these skills. As Kasim was saying, each software is 1 lakh rupee per, so for each system you have to spend 1 lakh rupee for 1 year. And technically these agriculture colleges and colleges in the other parts of the country cannot afford that. Let's say there is 50 computers there. So 50 lakhs just for software is not possible. So what we have done is, we have promoted this open source software, lab migration, initiation of labs, to use these data and solve solutions. So this was caught up in the newspaper a lot, and this was used for also looking at the government data, which is ISRO's Bhuvan data. We could see that the data is available only but 2015, 2016, and this is a very recent, you can see March 24 I took the screenshot. So in 2024, if you're looking at 2016 data, there's a big lag. How can you work on problem solutions? So this is where we created the Mapathon, where we teach the students to register for a particular problem, learn the software using our spoken tutorials, and then create maps and submit for prizes and winners. So what we saw today is the prize winning students are not here, but the mentors and the universities that support these students have been awarded. This is our first Mapathon, and it has gone across for multiple years. And as I said in my inaugural talk, it is the world's largest Mapathon, which was also promoted by the Prime Minister's office in creating these maps. So think about all these people mapping India. So these are number of teams. So each team has around four participants. So you can see that everywhere they are mapping their own locality, thereby creating updated maps for 2020. So let's say this is 2020 image. So for 2020 we have the best data available because even the government data was not updated. So this is the recent 2024 Mapathon that we are conducting. You could see that more and more participants are coming, around 3,000. So 3,000 times 4 is 12,000 participants, and they are mapping all throughout India wherever they have access to satellite data. So still more data was needed, so we create these Mapathons, and as Kasim was saying, these are our partners that we work on. We have knowledge partners where they give us problem statements. For example, Tamil Nadu government gave, where can I grow cotton? Where do we have access to cotton manufacturing and also processing? And then we have IIT Tirupati with all the cyber security collaborations. And all of this has been done with my lab, Rudra, where we have around 14, 15 PhD students. They are mentors, and also they also provide mentorship to students and faculties to go through the problems. This was captured on the newspaper as a full page in Hindustan Times very recently. And then what we do is, how do we build capacity on the data? So we have all these rules and regulations, but sometimes what we found, as I was telling with Ladakh University, is where do we come in the picture is we give them an opportunity to collaborate and provide mentorship. So there are a lot of good faculties in IIT Bombay, but they are not connected to, let's say, students in Ladakh or Kashmir. So we create a problem statement and then create solutions together. Let's take an example of what this Rudra lab is. So we have a young girl waiting for water, and they are saying that there's no water, I have to go to school, because after water only she can go to school, right? So what normally happens is, there's no water, they complain to MLA, MPs, they take it from the district fund and then give it as water supply through tankers, trains in Chennai. So when Chennai was suffering with water, trains were bringing water, drinking water. But this is not a sustainable solution. So what happens in a rural development lab is, we collect multiple data, so we have to go this way. So we collect multiple data and then we say that we use AI, ML, analytics, GIS, create a better understanding of the problem and then extension, and then we work on a long-term solution. So this people's data is also reflected in the model. Normally this data doesn't come, how much water comes, is there water or not. So this is where we handhold FOSSEE interns and students on bringing the 4 C's together: collect data, clean the data, collaborate and communicate. We actually ask the students and the mentees to go to the field, collect some data for the GIS mapping, remote sensing mapping, and then bring it back to us to clean and make these products. So these products can also be implemented in policy and be given to banks for new insurance and other dynamic and cyclic process. So normally it is a static process. There's one data, there's no water, there's a data. You go to the policy maker, the bank gives money. But in a cyclic and dynamic process, you have satellite data, other data that comes in and helps the problem solution. So this is, due to this, there's a lot of interest from Tamil Nadu up to, so recently Kashmir has asked us to set this up as a COE, Center of Excellence in Kashmir. And what we do is, the first 3 things we can do ourselves, right? You have smart tech, you have surveys, you can go to the field and take. But remote sensing satellite data needs a more people participation. And that is where we found Mapathon and FOSSEE's activities going hand in hand to promote this work. Yeah, so this is our team. So you see 1,000, 12,000 participants, and all of them have been evaluated, mentored. So each one takes around 100 students, works with them, and then gives them directions of research or how to do applications. And most of them have been working for the government before they started their PhD journey with me. Yeah, Kasim is there as also my PhD student. And then all these guys, so he's from NIH, National Institute of Hydrology. Praveen is the Deputy Secretary of Water for Maharashtra government. So we have a lot of people who are very actively participating. And this is the September 15th event where we had the prize distribution, and some of them could not attend, so we are doing it again. But most importantly, we also want to acknowledge the efforts, because we are seeing that small acknowledgements like this shows that we are working together in collaborative mode, and more importantly, the people who are working on the ground gets recognized in their university. So I was meeting Dr. Vani in the morning. He said that these awards are very helpful for me. I can showcase my work and my time in my institute. So IIT Bombay is at a level where we can definitely collaborate on these activities. I always show this because this has been a game changer in the FOSSEE Mapathon. The first Mapathon we had it's still 3 years old, but the story is very, very relevant. We cannot go there and monitor the lake's growth. So what happens is the mountain lakes, the glacial lakes, they grow in size because of snow melt. It is very inaccessible, you cannot go there and put a measurement, but you can use satellites to measure it. And slowly this student, what they did in the Mapathon, FOSSEE Mapathon is, they saw how it grew every 4-5 years, 2008, 2013, 2018. You could see that it gets bigger and bigger. At one point, if you do not release the water, or if more water comes and it becomes frozen, it expands and it breaks. We call this as GLOF in hydrological term. And what happens is it washes and comes and takes away every surrounding area environment down, something similar to what happened in Wayanad. So this work was done by a team in Anna University. So you could see a Tamil Nadu team working on a project on an area in Himachal Pradesh. So this is what satellite data can do. We mentored them, we sat with them and looked at these models, and we gave them a prize of first winner. But after the event, within 2-3 months, actually the lake did break. So you could see that it washed away 200 villages downstream. People lost houses, lives, and a lot of property was lost. But the idea is, if people know this is going to happen, they could protect the environment by actually, as I said, releasing the water from the lakes and stuff. So I was given 5 minutes. I think I took a little bit more time. So to ways move forward is, there is a lot of growth in this direction of application research using geospatial data, IoT data, but there is less collaboration. So we are creating a platform for more collaborations and more acknowledgement of the work and what we do, capacity building. So with this, I'd like to thank all the, even though I talk about my team in Rudra, but I'm also part of FOSSEE. So I would like to thank Professor Kannan Madgalia, the PI, Kasim, the national coordinator, and all the FOSSEE managing team, including Usha madam and all the team, for continuous support. You could see them sitting here from morning and being very supportive for this work. And all the data providers, the satellite data collaborators, and my team. Yeah, thanks a lot. Huh? Yeah.
Thank you, Professor Pinnan. Next, it is the most much awaited activity. We will be having the launch of Medical GIS Hackathon. But before that, our sponsor from Honeybee Population Health Foundation, Dr. Vidudhalai Virumbi, he is the founder of that company. So we'll be having a short session from Dr. Vidudhalai about the idea of medical GIS and how exactly the FOSSEE team is going to take it forward. So Dr. Vidudhalai's presentation will be for around 15 minutes, and after it we will be having the launch of the Medical Geospatial Hackathon.
Good afternoon all. Myself, Dr. Vidudhalai Virumbi Balaguruswamy. I am the founder of Honeybee Population Healthcare Foundation. And with me, Sibi Sambandan, who is my co-founder. We are sponsoring the Medical GIS under the FOSSEE for next 1 year to have a hackathon, workshops, internships and research fellowship. So shortly we will know what is the relationship, why we are dependent on GIS to solve the healthcare problems. I wish to have our foundation activities in one slide. So if you see what we are doing is development research. We are developing intellectual property for what we are learning over years, and we have published 2 papers, and we are developing proposals so that other people can repurpose the proposals. We are sharing with the organizations, governments and enterprises. We have established a Center of Excellence for Population Healthcare and Center for Global Health and Development to disseminate the knowledge we gain from the field to the students, researchers and for entrepreneurs. Population governance is easing the citizens receiving the entitlements from governments, employers. Clinical governance is helping the citizens to decide on their health conditions. If I tell how to know about your fever or your cough, what are the reasons, you will explore with your private space. So giving the private space for the individuals to explore more on the healthcare aspects. Why we are doing is, we want to have a collaborative design to foster the ownership. In health tech, the ownership is the issue. In academics, we felt that we want to create a human capital to implement such a population scale projects. We are solving 3 problems in the population governance. One is 20x more resources requirement and multi-sectoral coordination and citizen-centric services. In clinical governance, it is explainability, regulatory compliance, and evidence-based protocols. As a doctor, we will prescribe based on protocols, but we also want to consider the individual's healthcare conditions. How we are doing is two-part. One is system sustainability toolkit, where you all know like how the development of a software is happening. Can we have a touch with the healthcare professionals as well as the technology experts? Because we want to design it. Then the important part is both of them want to sit together and test the solution before they take it to the field. After they take it to the field, someone want to check whether the adoption is happening or not. If the adoption is poor, whatever we develop will go into waste. And there is a requirement for business model innovation. What we put on top of all the organization, we put a not-for-profit entity so that this initiative will sustain for years. In short, there are two sides of it. First part is population scale program worries about the data set, how it will speak to each other, how we will assess the eligibility. The individual is more concerned on how to get their personalized care plan and how to get the support. First port of call is if you give a call, someone want to know your health status and respond. So that is the requirement. And explainability is I want to know about my health condition. So how that will happen is someone want to understand your longitudinal record, and if you give some symptoms, they want to respond quickly. Decision support system at the edge is the current day requirement. Everyone want to have a swift decision making. So this medical GIS is having opportunity in the three of these domains: common database creation, standardization of the records, and decision support system. So here I give very high level opportunities, right? We had a problem of people migrating from one place to other. For example, you are all students, your residence currently may be hostel or your home. Similarly, faculties are working, they are floating population from their residence to this place. So all these things are related to location, right? So this location can give more insights if there is some unfavorable event like a fever cluster, whether this interaction happened. It may happen in the metro, it may happen in the workplace, it may happen at a home. So that is where the migration and rapid urbanization mandate GA is used in healthcare analysis. Second is, if you see the whole healthcare system is tuned for childbirth, that is 14:1000. Currently the diabetes and hypertension contributes 400 per 1000. Suddenly 20 times more resource cannot be affordable by a system. So what we want is better scheduling based on location. If I go to this place, how many of the citizens are requiring different types of services? So that is based on the location we can able to give a service. We call it as a dynamic tour program. Usually either it is a fixed tour program or a advanced tour program. Fixed tour program is in a given week, Monday, first week of the Monday I will be in this location. Second week Tuesday I will be in a specific location is called fixed tour program. Advanced tour program, I have a list of pending tasks, so I have to finish it in a month. So right now location help us in combining this advanced and fixed into a dynamic tour program. Then the disaster and pandemics, everyone has crossed the COVID pandemic, so I no need to explain much on it. But the problem is all the data set are given to the single table, but the problem of healthcare professionals and the administration is they cannot able to integrate every data set. There is no primary key. In our learnings from the One Health and disease surveillance part, if you put every disease surveillance data with the latitude, longitude, then you can able to extract the administrative hierarchy from a point within Polygon, a simple query. That can solve the problem of how to link the different records. And we attempted one more thing, can we link different credibility based data set to generate a cluster? That means I have seen a patient in an outpatient who is having only a symptom, fever. The same group of people in the location may have a dengue. Same person can be confirmed with the lab test. So all these things can be put on one location to generate a visual cluster. Similarly, this can be translated for a different level of decision making. And we can also think about how these things can happen by leveraging the national priorities. The important thing is, everything is happening in a silo, we will tell, but there is an integration of systems in silo. That means each and every program is having its own system to deliver the service. So we moved from the silos to systems functioning in silos. Even though it is linking, it is not giving an insight in a comprehensive manner. So the second is the complementing the national priority. Yes, we are having a advantage of ABDM, Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, which is giving a consent-based exchange of programs. We are having an exchange without the content delivery networks. So we want to create the CDNs for the healthcare so that the CDNs can draw some insight. Similar to your YouTube videos are playing, you can have more explainability based on your own healthcare conditions. Ultimately, for any of the population scale program, what we want is, we want a technology support. So healthcare professional can give only the problem statements. They can give the usefulness of the problem statements or the solutions, but they don't have the support of technology for executing such problems. This is what I am speaking about, the systems in silos. Those all linked, but they are not seen as like a spiral of one-on-one data set speaking to each other in a spiral as well as in a shortest way. Right? It's like a rolling out of events. For example, there has to be an anchoring point for every record, that is a GIS. So that is why we put the population database in the center. Once the population database is in the center, rest all can speak to each other. So here I move to the three interesting use cases. Right? The first one, generally the healthcare facilities. For example, if I am getting a sick because of a disease or a physiological phenomenon, the commonly known condition is pregnancy. I will be referred to an administrative hierarchy, not to my nearest facility. That means if I am belong to a district A, my district hospital is 50 km away and the other district hospital is just 2 km away, I will be referred only to the 50 km away facility. So this is where the GIS can play a role. It can give a different perspectives to the birth planning. In GIS world, it is like nearest facility, either by time or by distance. Instead of having a flying distance, this will help us in more realistic insights. This one. This is our like decadal problem of clustering of cases. When we are presenting like there are 5 cases in 3 days in a given village, then the immediate question was, what is the validity of your cluster? The simple question is, where is the p-value? Then we don't have any understanding in our medical field. If there is a common connection between we all, like we all here in the same room, we all getting some kind of infection, then we will think like it is spread through a common air. The medium is the air in this room. But if we want to give it a p-value, how we will give? That means we want the observed value and the expected value. If the same event is happening in the another seminar hall, what are the expected cases there and here, that can be compared to derive a p-value. This is available as a option in a GIS called scan statistics. So we solve the p-value for the clustering of cases with the scan statistics. But how to visually represent it? Again, that is one part is the data collection. If you want to ask someone, what is your address? They will give a district name. We have a unique problem for a hospital-based surveillance where almost everyone is giving one region, like zone in this Mumbai corporation. What will happen? The zone will have always a cluster. Whenever we go to a cluster, it will be like 1 kilometer away, there is no significance. So this mandates the address standardization, where the address can either be standardized for data input or the address itself want to be input as a map. That means when you are doing a map search, you are knowing like which facility is nearby you, because you are visually confirming based on the landmarks in the map. But this facility is not available for the hospital-based surveillance to make an input. Again, coming back to the output, the same analysis can be shown as point clusters. That means as and when you are drilling down, it can go into the bubbles, or it can be a fixed cluster based on the grid. That means a 5 square kilometer grid, you will know how many cases are there in that grid. And our learning added there, how can we standardize the urban and rural based on this grid? Urban is having more habitable area, the rural is having less habitable area. So by doing a simple LULC, you can standardize this urban and rural and give a continuous geographical location, is what we are mentioning as a habitable area here. And heat map, whenever we are doing a surveillance or this kind of clustering, generally the heat map will not change for a facility. That means a better facility will get more number of cases. The primary facility will get less number of cases. But with the use of GIS, we can do institution-based heat mapping. We can give residence-based heat mapping. We can give floating population in an area. We can do education institution or workplace-based heat map. That will give the insight where the actual problem lies. And this can be augmented with the techniques in the GIS like kernel density estimation or interpolation or kriging. Now coming back to the next step, this is a third use case, interesting thing. We are having like hundreds of years of data with the pregnant mothers who are dying. This is one interesting problem. Like, can any of the Indian citizen know that if I am from this latitude and longitude, what is my risk? No one knows. Like, they can tell that you are having a birth complication, you are having some kind of disease condition, hypothyroid, but can someone tell what is the accessibility issue that attributed to the maternal death? Because this is one of the major delay in the maternal childbirth support. That means if someone is having good accessibility to a facility within 50 minutes of reach or 30 minutes of reach, that is what the GIS is going to add to this problem. And as well as it will give a risk estimation similar to a rainfall. We all see like where is the more intensity of rain, where is the less intensity of rain. That is when we are seeing in a map, it is giving more input to us. The same thing can be applied for the healthcare conditions. Like, you will know based on the location what is the risk I am having. Without giving any list of PAI data set, by a aggregated information, we will know what is the risk we are having. Now coming to the why this medical GIS, you all now aware that GIS can support the healthcare conditions. Yes, there is a need of it. How we have to foster this medical GIS? See, first thing, if we give a solving of complex problem with the simple use cases, what we discussed, that can go off any of this domain, will help people to adopt this kind of solutions. And second is the digital platform. We cannot able to adopt some new solutions during the midst of the crisis. This is a common problem. If you have a routine system, already the address is standardized, already the inputs are available, already the analysis plans are made. How to interpret a map is already built the capacity to the professionals, then this is feasible. That is what we mention as acculturalization of the technology. First thing is terminology. In the word random, in English, in epidemiology, in the technology is different. So similarly, we want to have this understanding of the major discussion in the healthcare forum is the data is within the healthcare domain. Can the technology apply on the domain and give the insight? So that the technologies will get support from the healthcare domain to make use of the data. The healthcare domain will have the recommendations or options to choose. So this is what the medical GIS is going to do. This slide summarizes to have a practice site. So far what I explained may be like a movie or a dream kind of thing, but this happened in the field in different places in different timeline. Can we have everything in one place is what this slide summarizes. That is what the practice area is. The geodemographics is itself a bigger area. Now we combine the location. That is why the word localized SDG play a major role. If you see the first line, the localized, what is localized SDG? There is a farmer community, there is a fisherman community. Can we have a same program for both the communities? No. There is some localization want to happen. There is a water problem with fluorosis. There is a good water supply. Can we have the same program there? No. That requires localization of the sustainable development goals. And these are the 4 aspects of medical GIS. One is we want to have one hackathon that is focusing on solving this problem, spatial and spatial temporal. In health, it is time, place, person descriptives. What we are seeing is the place as the key, where the that is a spatial, time and place is spatio-temporal, and whatever the characteristics we add will give the risk estimation or the zoning. Then workshops. Even though we are having multiple solutions in the other domains, we are not able to use it in the healthcare domain, which require a series of workshops. Internships, where we encourage both the health team and technology team can sit together and solve some problem, so that both will have a ownership there. that has to have a case studies. As a students, I want a template, I want a reference material to replicate those things. That is what we are mentioning as a case studies. The publications are important because that is what we are going to disseminate to the larger forum. In Indian context, we cannot do a lab test for everyone. So what we want is, we want something objective from the field that can draw meaningful insights. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Virdale. Just before announcing the National Medical GIS Hackathon, there are a few points. In fact, it is also the eligibility criteria. The National Medical Geospatial Hackathon will be open for all medical colleges, particularly people who are associated with the community medicine department of the medical colleges across India. This is one. Student pursuing the master's program in public health, they will be eligible to apply. We are putting these restrictions mainly for the reason that for normal Mapathon kind of activity that we do from the FOSSEE project, we get around 5,000 submissions every year. And even in terms of 5,000 submissions, it takes us a lot of time to find out the best fit to be who will be eligible for the internship. So this is the main objective for putting the restriction in terms of Medical Geospatial Hackathon. And the registration, hopefully it will be open for a period of 6 months because we are also planning to do a wider range of publicity from the FOSSEE project here. Our principal investigator, Professor Kannan Moudgalya, is not here today, but with his permission, we are happy to announce that once the Medical GIS Hackathon will be set into motion, the winners of the Medical Geospatial Hackathon will be given a chance to participate in the National Medical GIS internship, which will be jointly offered by... Okay, so there is a short announcement here. I'm sorry, sir, we missed you. So we have, this is part of the National Geospatial Awards 2024 edition 1. We are very much happy to have the director of incubation from Presidency University here to receive the Emerging University Award. So please come on, dais. This one.
Thanks for this opportunity, Professor Khan. This is Murli Mohan. I represent Presidency University in Bangalore, and it is a very recent university, last 10 years. The man behind that university is Dr. Nisar Ahmed. He is an educationalist. He is having huge number of schools, colleges, and as well as the university. Now he is planning to go for medical also. I am happy he asked me to convey that to particularly Mr. Khan, who has recognized our university as one of the emerging university, and we thought that, it's a very recent university, and we have got a lot of challenges, and recognizing by these forums like this to give an award for our university, really appreciable and enthusiastic. I look forward. We have a lot many things to be shared. Maybe in some other forum, I will be able to talk to you all. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Khan.
So as the lead of the FOSSEE GIS program, I'm very happy to announce or kick off the start of the Medical GIS Hackathon through our partners, Virdale Virumbi and all the FOSSEE team. So thanks a lot, and stay tuned for some announcements. I'll give it to Kasim. He will tell, for 1 second, we will tell how this is going to go through, like how participants students from medical colleges, those who are watching online, they can go through, and this information will also be stored in our website with a QR code soon.
Once again, welcome you all. This is a very exciting moment. We are launching the Medical GIS first time. I have did an extensive exploration whether this kind of event happened earlier anywhere in the world, because what we want is GIS technology, and a healthcare team with the access to data set. So the data is key everywhere. We feel that you can participate as an individual or as a team or as a multidisciplinary team, as we discussed in the last 30 minutes. So this is the start. You all want to form a team. Registration is mandatory. Then you register within the system. After that, you will get a orientation session and 3 doubt clearing session will happen. After the doubt clearing session, you will be encouraged to give the submissions. The participants, the submissions will be evaluated by the panel and the results will be announced by the FOSSEE team. The winners will be encouraged to participate in the internship. The objective of this internship is whatever you developed and you have got the award, you have to develop it as a case study. So the interested interns can develop the case studies that will be again put up in the FOSSEE website as a reference for the other students. The selected articles, the selected case studies then will be promoted for the research fellowship that will be taken to the next level for the publications. We also create a platform for everyone. We personally feel the Honeybee Population Healthcare Foundation to create this as a platform for students who can able to develop a joint research proposals with the FOSSEE team, IIT Bombay Rudra team. So this is the starting of where multidisciplinary people will come together and develop a joint research proposals. We welcome you all to register here. Feel free to contact the FOSSEE team and us to get cleared about any doubts anytime. We will support with whatever the open data set available, or we also synthesize data for your specific use cases with our domain expertise.
Thank you, sir.
So that's a good question. What?
Thank you. You have like in premises.
Cloud and on-ground storage structures are there. So we would have it. I know because medical data can be very sensitive. We will get disclaimers about the data before even hosting in our website or our storage structures. So Rudra has, I think we have the supercomputing facility plus.
So maybe I'll discuss later, but I also want to know like, so will the people who will be working on these problems, right? Will they be able to integrate their solutions to the platform, or will they be downloading the data and then work on it? Like there is a subtle difference between these two.
It's a case study based approach, not data. We're not just going to store data, but
okay.
So the experience on medical GIS, there is a data set available for breast cancer.
Yes.
Like we will. That is an open data set. Which is available after a lot of like series of screening and review.
So that's not a geospatial data, right?
That is a geospatial data of multiple countries.
I see.
And specific to Indian setting, we are having an open data set for case to case.
Right.
That first stage, we will encourage them to use a QGIS solution to develop the outputs. That is the first level of integration. We are asking them to give an output. That is a standalone application, free and open source. Everyone knows that. So that is the first stage. The second stage, after developing this solution, we are asking the end user to give it as a plugin. For example, the students are well versed to create a plugin so that the healthcare professional no need to run the query again and again or to add the data set again and again. That plugin can be used for the real data set of the individual department. So the students will give a plugin that can be used in a real time in their own settings.
So sort of a reusability.
Yes,
that's what
the data will not come to any of this open forum. That is the second level of things.
Okay.
Third is all of the healthcare solutions are right now having a either cloud or on-prem based solutions. It may be a hospital management solution, health management solution. This can plug and play over it. We have tested with the open source GeoServer application that can have this GIS overlaid on whatever the health data they are having. Again, students will have this integration things. We are having SOPs to host this in the existing solutions. The major part is to crack, to hack and give this solution in the QGIS is the first step. After they give this solution, it is feasible to do it either as a plugin or to host it their own platform. Okay. So we are trying to avoid the data coming out of their systems.
Yeah, got it. Thank you for your answer.
And also we also are exploring possibilities if ISC Bangalore would like to collaborate or guide us through based on the new novel technologies that you might have developed. We are open for discussion. And this medical geospatial hackathon, we are just opening it now. This is the first edition ever to happen.
Great.
Any suggestion?
Maybe I'd like to have some discussion with you and Professor today.
Yeah, sure. And so thank you, Dr. Virdalai and Professor Pennant. We have turned off the comments. And those who are watching online, thanks for the institutions, colleges who have joined online for witnessing this session. Any kind of questions or query that you might have, please feel free to write to us. We'll be very much happy to support you. In case if you are planning to conduct joint activities along with the FOSSEE project, again, please write to us. We are just a call away or even just a mail away. And as far as the medical geospatial hackathon is concerned, we are announcing the registration starting today. And probably for the next 6 months, we'll keep the registration open. In between, if we find any good candidate who can be taken to the next level, the committee will decide and get in touch with you soon. The next level of internship is going to be National Medical GIS case study. A problem statement which a stakeholder could announce or the student could propose. The committee will review it, and if it is okay, so from IIT Bombay, the FOSSEE team and also the Rudra Lab, along with Honeybee Population Health Foundation, who are our partner in this activity, we will review it and we will hand out. The end result of the case study, geospatial case study, the outcome will be a publication, a joint publication between the participant, the participating institution, and the main stakeholders here. Prominent entities like ISC Bangalore and others who are interested in collaborating with us, we are open. So this is just a start of what we have for the medical GIS domain. And we also are in discussion with a few aims. National Institute of Epidemiology is a partner for this activity. It is official now. We have the Department of Public Health, Government of Tamil Nadu joining in. And also we have Indian Railways RailTel platform also associating as a partner. So other entities, if centers, if you are interested, we will be happy to collaborate and take the activity to the next level. We also request the district collectors, because for Mapathon we had a series of problem statements shared by district collectors. So again, for medical geospatial hackathon, practitioners, policymakers, if you have any specific problem statement to be floated, please feel free to get in touch with us. So this is all we have from the organizing team of the FOSSEE project. So now I would like to welcome Mrs. Madhulika Goyal to give the vote of thanks. On behalf of everyone here, as the National Coordinator of FOSSEE, I thank for your presence. And in fact, it is surprising, and also we are happy to have Professor D. Ramakrishnan, one of the pioneering geospatial experts, remote sensing experts in India, being present here among us. Thanks for joining us. Mrs. Madhulika.
We have received a small video from ICFOSS, one of our partners.
So this video message is from our partner, ICFOSS, International Center for Free and Open Source Software. The director of it, Dr. Sunil, has recorded a brief message for the audience here who joined. Really sorry we missed it unintentionally. So we'll just play it and conclude the session for today.
Hello, greetings to all. From ICFOSS, International Center for Free and Open Source Software Solutions, is a Kerala government organization engaged in research and development of 4 solutions for various applications. I'm very thankful to IIT Bombay and FOSSEE team for allowing us to co-organize this particular prestigious event this year. I'm very sure that everybody involved will benefit immensely from association with this particular event of national importance. ICFOSS has several divisions, including Center for Open Source Hardware, Language Technologies, Assistive Technologies, etc. CDOH, or Center for Development of Open Hardware at ICFOSS, is a team which is involved in development of various hardware-related activities, such as Internet of Things, drones, etc. The primary objective of CDOH is to bring in open hardware and sustainable development goals to the current ecosystem. Recently, ICFOS has implemented a project named Smart Panchayat at Katakada, which is a nearby village near the capital city of Kerala, Trivandrum. We have used various IoT capabilities to monitor parameters from various domains such as agriculture, fisheries, water monitoring, weather monitoring, etc. to help farmers and other stakeholders with relevant data and information. I am very sure that this national level hackathon at IIT Bombay, which is organized by FOSI and ICFOS, will be a very important event in furthering the research and development goals, especially related to sustainable development goals and agriculture in this country. Thank you very much for the cooperation extended to us.
So I would like to list out the IoT GIS hackathon. So very first is champion goes to Vikram Jagrale from Vishwakarma Institute of Technology, Pune. So his work was really very commendable. Then we have winners. Actually, there are 7 winners group. So one from GLA University, Mathura. So they have done a good job in medical IoT. Then Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Udupi. So VJTI, Mumbai. Vishwakarma Institute of Technology, Pune. Ishwar College of Engineering and College of Engineering, Padras, Erlakunar. And we have almost around 18 awardees, participants from the various universities. So this list will be put it on our website, and students will be able to download their certificates. That link I will be sharing on the Moodle also, and all the students who have participated in this particular event will be able to download the certificates also from this particular link. I'll just share that link with you. So you just have to put a roll number. So whatever you have, shared the roll number with us. So for example, I will just take this roll number of Vikram Jagrale. So that you have to put it on this particular link. This link I will share with you, and the certificate will be downloaded in the PDF form for your friends. Okay. So that's all. Today's I'll share the links and everything on the Moodle website. Thanks a lot.
It is my great pleasure to propose the vote of thanks for today's evening. I'm sure it was very motivating to see how different ways GIS is being used, especially in the field of medical. So let me go ahead and propose the vote of thanks formally. Thank you, Dr. Virumbi, if I'm correctly saying, Virumbi, founder, Honeybee Health Foundation, for your presentation and sharing how GIS can be helpful in medical care and how community can benefit from the case studies that you have already shared with us. Professor Pennan, thank you for sharing your experiences about GIS, various case studies that you have undertaken in showing the results of it. It was really inspiring, and all those who are watching online, I'm sure you will be now inspired to take part in the hackathon that is coming up. Let me also express my deep gratitude to all the dignitaries and award winners for gracing us with their presence today. Thank you for making it and supporting us in this activity. To our funding body, NMEICT, Ministry of Education, Government of India, thank you for support and contribution, which has made this event successful today. To our esteemed awardees, congratulations once again on your remarkable accomplishments. You inspire us. Because of you, we try to strive for more. So thank you for actively participating in our activities and supporting us in the way you are. Thank you once again. Let me also thank all the guests who are present here and are part of our celebrations. Thank you for your presence and giving us support and enjoying our event. A big thank you to all our teams who have behind the screen helped us put this setup today, to the technical team, to the web team, to all the organizing members, jury members, Spoken Tutorial Project, FOSSEE projects. There are n number of people who have helped us. So thank you to all the teams who worked together behind the screen to make this event possible today. Professor Pennan and Professor Kannan, you are two inspiring pillars for us. So we thank you. Because of your vision, continuous motivation, support, we are here today. And we look forward for the same for the upcoming years too. Thank you for your blessings with us.